If you want your follower notifications on Instagram to look like this, well, you need to make sure that you're posting using the right hashtags, posting using the right length, and two other things I'm going to share with you towards the end of this video. In fact, one of these things can literally 5x the amount of engagement you're currently getting. This creator just used these tips to gain over 70,000 followers in a really short period of time, and this creator did the same, except they gained over 500,000. On top of that, they've both been able to monetize their Instagram as a result of one of the steps that I'm going to share with you later on in this video. But first, I need you to smash that subscribe button. If you want to go quicker on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, I literally upload a video every single day about how to grow on these platforms, and I quit my job working for Gary Vee to help you grow quicker on Instagram, so make sure you smash subscribe. Change number one is you need to make sure that you're adapting to the latest hashtags that you need to make sure you're using to skyrocket the amount of reach that you're getting, but more importantly, to make sure that Instagram is actually showing your content to the right people, because if you use the wrong hashtags, they show your content to the wrong people. As a result, you're not getting the views you want, and there are 4 hashtag strategies you need to make sure that you're implementing. The first one is 4 to 5 hashtags. The second is 9 to 10 hashtags. The third is 12 to 15 hashtags. And then finally, the most important one is going to be 7 to 8 hashtags. Now, for all of those besides 4 to 5 hashtags, you need to make sure that 25% of those hashtags are broad, 75% are niche specific. Broad hashtags are things like hashtag explore reels, hashtag viral, hashtag trending. It's going to be things that are just incredibly broad on Instagram. And those niche specific ones are going to be things that are specific to whatever you're posting about. And please remember, you need to make sure that the niche specific hashtags you choose are as large as humanly possible. You do not want to use ones that are small. You don't want to make up your own hashtag, and the reason for this is because it actually ruins Instagram's ability to show your content to the right people, because essentially Instagram is looking at those hashtags as a proxy to determine who they should show your content to. So if you're using irrelevant hashtags or something that doesn't actually match the content you're creating, you're actually screwing up Instagram's ability to show your content to the right people, and this is one of the reasons you're not getting the views you want. But that's not the only thing you need to make sure that you're doing to skyrocket the amount of followers that you get. In fact, this creator just used this next tip to get over 2.6 million views on this post, and it would have never happened had they not used this tip. And that is that they use comment to DM automation to skyrocket the amount of engagement that they got. And then as a result, Instagram made their post go viral, and you could do the same exact thing. In fact, the average person that implements this gets a 5 times increase in the amount of engagement that they get. So if you too want to 5x the engagement you're getting, you need to make sure that you're using today's video sponsor, ManyChat. And if you go to the pinned comment below, you can register for 30 days free access to ManyChat or get 30 days free access to their pro plans. On top of that, ManyChat is going to help you, 1, increase the engagement that you get, and 2, skyrocket the amount of money that you're able to make from Instagram, because if you didn't know, you're actually not allowed to say link in bio on Instagram. And a lot of you are doing that right now, and that is why your videos aren't getting pushed out. But instead, what you can do is use comment to DM automation, which ManyChat allows you to do. And basically, you get people to comment on your posts, and then as a result, you automatically DM them a link, and this increases the amount of sales that you make and increases the amount of engagement that you get, which, by the way, increases the views and followers you're gonna get. On top of that, ManyChat makes it incredibly easy for you to actually begin the conversation with your audience, because it adds a bunch of question prompts that they can click to ask you a question and get an answer. Best of all, ManyChat is actually a Meta-approved partner, so you don't have to worry about any of the engagement that you're getting being fake or being from people that aren't actually interested in the content you're creating, because it's all going to be real. So what are you waiting for? If you go to the pinned comment below, you can get started today with 30 days free access to one of their pro plans, which is going to help you not only 5x the amount of engagement that you're getting, but also allow you to make more money from Instagram. Now, the reason that this actually works is because Instagram recently changed the 3 metrics that they actually care about. The first one is going to be comments. So essentially, you want to be using something like ManyChat to skyrocket the amount of comments that you get. And if you're not getting comments on your posts, using ManyChat can make that way easier, because essentially, you're going to be prompting people with a call to action to comment something below to start the conversation or to get an automated DM. And essentially what ends up happening is if people go to the comment section, the video is looping in the background, and it increases the amount of average view duration that you're getting on your content. And as a result, Instagram wants to push out your content, because the only thing the Instagram algorithm really cares about are the next 2 metrics I'm going to share with you, and they care about how much time people are actually spending on Instagram. So if you can manipulate your posts, i.e. get people to comment on them, it's going to increase the amount of time people spend on Instagram as a result of your account, and then Instagram pushes you out more and gives you more followers. On top of that, you need to make sure that you're getting people to share your content. If people share your content, it increases increase the odds that Instagram actually pushes your content out. In fact, I want you to test this. I want you to go to your IG Reels feed. I want you to do a few scrolls, and I bet what you're gonna find, and you probably haven't seen this before, is that the majority of posts that are getting pushed out actually have a lot of shares on them. You probably thought that it was all based off of likes or all based off of saves because that's how the Instagram algorithm used to work, but now they really care about comments, they care about shares, and they care about the amount of replays you're getting. In fact, you should be seeing an audience retention graph now in your analytics on Instagram, and this is going to tell you exactly what you need to change in your content. If there's a huge drop off in the beginning, your hook wasn't good enough. If there's a drop off in the middle, they didn't like what you said in the middle, and if there's a huge drop off at the end, it's a sign that you should actually end your videos much quicker. And as a result of this, you're gonna get feedback, real feedback about what the audience likes and what they don't like, because so many people go based off of their comments. In fact, I get dozens of DMs, comments, and emails every single day that say, Rob, people are commenting saying that my videos deserve a lot more reach. Why isn't Instagram pushing them out? And that's just because a few people think that. The majority of your audience is actually dropping off, and now you can see that in your audience retention graph, which is hopefully going to make you a better content creator if you implement these next two tips. Because Instagram right now really cares about the length of your content and the topic that you're choosing. Essentially how Instagram works now is they want to make sure that you're tying the right topic of content and the right length together so that they can show it to the right audience. Because essentially what happens is your ideal viewer logs onto Instagram, they interact with things, and then that changes the content that Instagram shows them. So if you want to be able to get as many views as humanly possible, you need to know what kind of content Instagram is pushing within your niche. And there are two ways to figure this out. One, you can look at the small accounts within your niche on Instagram and see what posts get more views than they have followers. This is a sign Instagram pushed your content to non-followers, and as a result, if you create content on those topics and in those lengths, you're going to skyrocket the amount of followers that you get, and it's going to make your notifications look like this. Now, on top of that, you need to make sure that you're also ranking for search on Instagram. This is one of the most important things you could possibly do in 2024 because more than 50% of people under the age of 30 come to Instagram to do a search for something as opposed to going to Google or to some other web browser. So this is a huge opportunity, whether you're a business or you're just a content creator that wants to skyrocket the amount of followers they're getting. If you can rank for searches around your niche, it is going to skyrocket the amount of views that you get. Imagine if every time somebody searched for something on Instagram, which by the way happens 24/7, your account was actually showing up. And what's even more important is it's the ideal person that actually wants to view your account. Somebody that's searching for something within your niche is exactly who you want following your account because they're going to buy your stuff, they're going to interact with your stuff, and if you have a sponsorship or an affiliate link, they're going to buy stuff from that also, which is only going to make your Instagram account better. So you need to make sure that you're focused on those two things and that you're creating content that's the right length. But first, I need to make sure that when you're looking at those posts that other creators have done, you're paying attention to everything. A lot of people don't pay attention to the small details, and that is what actually screws them up. So here's what you need to know. 1, the topic. 2, the length. 3, the hashtags that were used. 4, the time the video was actually posted, the description that they used, and the hook that they used in their content. If you cannot recognize all those things and implement those into your content, it's going to be the reason that you fail to get followers on Instagram right now during the easiest time ever to grow. Now, when it comes to the actual length that you're choosing, you need to understand something. I would never create videos that are less than 4 or 5 seconds long on Instagram because Instagram is just going to mark those as spam. In addition to that, you can create really long posts on Instagram. I would ignore that as well. In fact, the majority of posts that go viral on Instagram are actually 5 to 7 seconds long, and this is a really good sign that you should also create content like that unless you're seeing something differently within your niche. Because remember, this is really going to come down to the topic of content you're creating. In fact, within the same niche, there are obviously several different topics, and if you're creating content on a different topic, you should also be going through, doing the research to figure out how long those videos are that are successful, because if you're not making sure that you're implementing that into your content, it's going to drastically decrease your views, drastically decrease the amount of followers that you get, and you need to make sure that you're posting at the right time on Instagram. And that's exactly why I created this video right here that tells you the best time to post on Instagram right now. So please make sure you check it out because you don't want to go through all that work just to post at the wrong time.